Auntie B, what are you doing?
I'm signing my sister's book.
Your classmates?
My classmates. One and only.
Very important.
Thank you. Signing Obodooyinbo 2025. Welcome everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you, both friends and family. Friends have become family. Like some of them looking at me now, they know themselves. I thank you. I appreciate it. I love you guys so much. I almost cancelled this event. You know the reason. Yeah, we lost a very close friend. At the end of the day, I thought about it. I'm like, what's going to change if we cancel? It's going to change anything. Life still has to go on. So and also, we need to be intentional about doing things that will help us emotionally to be able to cope. At the end of the day, it's the time we spend together, the memories that we share. That's all we have left. So we decided, okay, let's just fine. We thank God. So let's talk about the book, Imported Wives. Some men are not happy that is imported. We are talking about imported wife. What about imported husband?
That's what imported husband. Imported husband.
No, but there is a story here that has to do with a man that suffered.
There are two stories about men.
Yeah.
So although it's titled imported wife, there are stories about men there. So all the brothers here, there are stories here. The thing is that what I've come to realize in my work with people, our people, Nigerians and Africans generally in this part of the world, is that most of us come from really dysfunctional backgrounds.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, next week.
Oh my God.
It's so dysfunctional that we don't even realize it.
Yeah.
We don't know. We're so used to chaos in our lives. Growing up, it takes a lot of work on learning for you to even understand what is abuse and what is not. Some women are so used to being abused that they take it as the normal.
Yeah.
And so when you're not in that relationship where they are being abused, they think it's abnormal.
Yeah.
I will kid you not that some people, I read a story about this woman that said that she was missing her abuser.
Wow.
Yeah, because we know that in time, we are become codependents, and what's that word? When you are so used to
the Stockholm
syndrome, whereby like it's the normal. So, and I know abuse is not gender centered. Anybody can be abusive. Men are abusive, women are abusive. Sometimes a lot of men don't speak out about their pain, because again, as Africans, we know that men are told to keep quiet. You are a man, don't talk. So they internalize a lot of the pain that they go through. But we also know that because of the power imbalance from our background, a lot of women are more vulnerable. So they would be at risk, because abuse is about power and control. Who has more power? Who has more resources? Who has more access? So that is what abuse is. It's someone that is in a position of power that can abuse someone that they have power over. And that's why you see that women are always the ones that are more vulnerable to abuse. Yeah. Because women are more disempowered from our background. Women don't have a lot of access to resources. Women, socially, culturally, even in our religion, we've been socialized and taught, to expect to be abused and to tolerate it. It's shocking when you try to explain this thing to someone that is not from our background. Sometimes they look, because it's almost like they prepare you from when you are a young girl for this beautiful institution called marriage. marriage is good, it's really, really beautiful. But the problem is that from when we are socialized in Nigeria, where we come from, the inequality is already there. We are training our girls, our daughters, you know, from very young age, how to look after, how to be a wife, how to be a mother, how to run your home, the things that you need to do, the skills that you need to develop for you to be able to do A, B, and C. But we allow the boys to just be boys, just run around. You're a boy. It's not in all homes. I don't want to generalize, but majority. Before you see homes where you have boys that are trained to be domesticated, you have very few. And in between, if you see 10 boys, I'm not talking about men that have now went to uni or left home and taught themselves. I'm talking about boys growing up in Nigeria, of our own age especially, that can cook, clean, look after themselves. There are very few. There are very, very few. Some will learn later on. But it's not even about the domestics or, you know, sharing responsibility and things like that. It's about what is healthy. What do we consider a healthy relationship? And what is abuse? It's understanding those lines. What does abuse mean? When you talk about abuse, what are we talking about? So for instance, I'm going to use the very common one. Cheating. Yeah? Who thinks that cheating is abuse? Yeah? Toby, if you're raising your hand. That's interesting. Anybody can elaborate? Why do you think cheating is abuse?
Emotional abuse.
It's emotional abuse. What does it do to you when your partner cheats on you?
It can make you go crazy. It can make you lose your
Financial
self-esteem.
abuse. Please, can you elaborate?
Because for family, you need the complete resources of both time.
Yeah.
So the fact that somebody wants to cheat on a man or woman, you're actually taking
Taking away money, yeah.
the economic structure
Exactly.
of the family.
Exactly. Beautiful. Somebody wrote an article. I shared it on the group a couple of weeks ago, and she was talking about side chick and the currency.
Oh, it's
The
expensive.
economic
Side chick
currency.
economy. That's the word.
Yeah.
Side chick
I
economy.
read that stuff.
Did you read that?
I did.
And she talked about, because
She
it's
really
interesting that
analysed
you
it.
mentioned that, because we don't really focus on the money that it takes. Poor men don't have side
maintain.
chick. If you don't have money, you cannot have a side chick.
Because you can't
You
maintain
can't.
it.
No, the poor men have the side chick.
At their level.
Okay, my experience is I've worked in Nigeria. I wasn't brought up in it. So
Poor men have side chicks according to
To their level. Yeah, according to what they have.
If
The
you're
point.
rich and you can afford, Gucci bag, amazing.
Even the poor women don't want to be with poor men.
Oh yeah.
That's why poor men don't have side chicks. You know why? Because the poor women are looking for women to elevate them.
exactly.
They are looking for women that buy them recharge card. They are looking for women
I think also
to. They are looking for guys to take them out.
That's why you have teaming. You have teaming.
For the cheap stuff.
Yeah, 'cause they-
Table. You can't even call it properly. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is that it really takes a lot of learning for you to understand what abuse means. I don't think anybody wakes up and intentionally wants to abuse their partner. But because we are raised a certain kind of way, we'll probably grow up seeing our parents, we've experienced this lifestyle. And that's why in this society today, in 2025, you still see a lot of men, grown men saying, oh, our mothers were not like this. Our mothers, Nigerian mothers stayed in marriages for 20, 50 years. But these young girls of these days, they don't know how to endure. They don't tolerate anything. They're filing for divorce. There's a reason why 70% of the divorces are filed by women. So people have a problem with that. But the deeper conversation we should be having is why those women in that generation could not leave, or why they stayed in abusive. And I'm talking about I'm not talking about cheating. Because as much as, some of you raised your hand and identified that cheating could be considered as emotional abuse and financial abuse, we are talking about physical abuse, which is the most obvious one. Where you grew up seeing your parents, your mom being beaten, battered, seriously, every day. If a young boy grew up in that environment, what do you think you are going to consider normal? So that's normal. That's the normal way of life, because they grew up seeing daddy do it. Sometimes it's the mom. I've seen women that abuse men as well physically, batter the men as well, and they carry on. So to them, it's normal. So they are going to grow up, whether they like it or not. There is no way you grow up in that environment, and if you've not worked on yourself, read books, attend maybe training or whatever, access therapy, which is people don't do. That the child is not gonna grow up doing the same thing. Children mirror the what they see in their parents.
Agree.
That's normal. They mirror it, they see it, and so they carry that behavior forward. And if you have a daughter who grew up in that environment, it's still the same. They're going to attract, and there's a law of attraction as well, by the way, which some of you may know about. They're going to invariably attract men that will treat them exactly the way their dad treated their mother. It happens. Yeah. And they will see it as normal. It's normal. So the point is, where do we draw the line between what we can accept and what we cannot accept? Somebody said, oh, I'm not going to accept what my mom accepted in marriage. My mom accepted a lot from my dad. My dad did X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to accept it. And when I saw that behavior started from my own marriage, I took a walk. Because you know when you are being treated well, you know how you feel when your partner treats you well. You also know when you are not in a healthy marriage or relationship. But the problem is that even if you have that realization, what are you going to do about it? A lot of women, it seems like, especially in Nigerian culture, it seems like they enjoy being abused. But I tell people all the time, I don't think anybody enjoys being abused. One, they don't know any better. Two, they don't have the power. They don't have the resources.
And again, the society.
The society. Marriage in our culture is
society.
family
pressure.
And the missus.
And the family pressure, where are you going to? You're going to be a single woman, you want to be a woman.
You want to be
A lady told me, you want to be Nayano, you have to remarry because you've not been Nayano, meaning my father.
That's my father's wife.
So in Yoruba language, there's something they call, is it Dale Moshu? Dele Moshu? Ile Moshu?
What does that mean?
That means when you get married and the marriage didn't work as a woman, coming back to your father's house. So this stigma, there's a stigma that's attached to it, usually on women, not men. Is that Ile Moshu? Is that Dele Moshu for men? No. They call them.
No. They will marry wife for them.
Okay, so the woman is one of them.
They don't call them anything. They will even be petting them. You have to. You know, it's not good for you to be going to the kitchen. It's abomination. It's this, it's that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we're in an age of information. We have a barrage of information. That is information overloading and everything. So people have access to information. And when you have information, you have power. Because knowledge is power. And with that information, people have more awareness about what they can tolerate and what they cannot tolerate, what is healthy and what is not healthy. We've heard stories about people that have died because of abuse.
So many.
And also now there's a lot of awareness where you see people coming out now to call out either their dad or their mom for what they experienced. Now they are aware what was happening at the time was abuse.
Yes.
Because now they have now come to the realization. There's a story I read somewhere, very short story, where the woman was saying, my mother was a narcissist.
Yeah.
She was sick in the hospital. She had money in her, whatever we put money in. She refused to bring the money. The father was running up and down to pay for the wife. Yeah, this girl. Now, so when she now died, she now realized that no, that woman was wicked to herself.
She died.
She had money. Yes. So that's how bad that woman was. But this girl now has now married. Her eyes are now open. Like that woman was a narcissist. So I think now people are having the awareness to speak up about what they experience as children.
And then I think, return to so and beyond that, we were talking about 70% being women being abused. Now we have women well-educated, financially capable of looking after themselves and their children. Because no matter the awareness you have, when you check out that you are not financially capable of taking care of yourself, and especially your children, you kind of stay back against everything. So many women have stayed back. You remember the case of the picture I shared with you, every one of you. You remember the last case back home? Yeah, Brie.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that sister has gone back to the man? Of course. If you see the picture of the beating, the last beating. You can't believe it on air that somebody can look at a picture and go back to the same person that did that to her. And she's got back. So we were talking about it, and I said to her, "You've gone back." Number one thing I want you to do is you need to be very aware, because the next time you're not going to be alive. I'm promising you. The next time you know that man, that's you know what they said? They said something is worrying him. I said the next time that worry comes, you will surely be 6 feet down. I said it to her straight. You know, so you know, these are the things, and I can tell you, beyond anything, there is financial pressure. Children are in uni in Nigeria, private uni, and you know, private schools and everything. She can't afford to deal with that, and she does not have family strong enough to do that. And the man has gone like, okay, you are going, no problems, go.
Yeah. But once you go, everything cuts off.
No, everything's right. Everything dry. Everything dry. Yeah. That even the last baby's school fees, he refuses to pay it.
Yeah.
So that is the number one thing is, especially for the women, I advocate for girls to be well trained, to be well equipped. And for somebody like me who walked away, I walked away, and the singular reason why I walked away was because I had more than enough to walk away. And you don't even know walking away, leaving everything, just you and your kids. You walk.
Picking your sanity,
just
choosing your safety.
Nothing. You're not struggling for anything. You're not fighting for property. You're not asking. You just walk. And that can only happen when
you are empowered.
A girl is so empowered financially and ready psychologically to go into marriage. Ready psychologically. And so the other thing I want to say, sorry, I'm taking over.
No, go ahead.
The other thing I want to say is that we have just a few men here. Please, train your daughters. Train your daughters. I am my father's daughter. A complete father's daughter. He's so much equipped not to take nonsense. He so much told me about the world before I saw the world. And again, nobody can be changed. You can't change anybody. If you see a mad woman, she is a mad woman.
You think she will change after marriage?
There is no love that can change.
The marriage will change her.
No, instead marriage will. So if you see an unkind man, he's unkind. If you see a stingy woman, she is stingy.
Marriage does not change anyone.
So anything you do not want, don't agree to it.
Yeah, thank you, AJ. Classmate, thank you. The thing I was going to say when you started talking was, is also the language.
That's what I was going to say.
Understanding the language, because there is language for everything in life. Yes. So you can feel a certain kind of way, but you don't have the language to express it. You don't have what to understand it. So now we are beginning, because of the information and everything, that people are beginning to have language to express what they are feeling, what they are going through. So another thing that you picked on about that the person who you know, family member or friend that went to Nigeria, is that in Nigeria, it's even more difficult for you to live married. That's why they say, oh, people in Nigeria, they are married for 20 years. Once they come abroad, and within the 3 years, they are divorced. Why? What is in their abroad that is making people divorce? What is causing divorce in their abroad? Because Nigeria, marriage is status. Especially for women. Even for men. There are some offices that they will not even consider if you are not married. The society respects marriage.
They won't let you talk.
They will insult you. If you are not married, they use it like an insult if you are not married.
So they don't employ if you're not married.
Pardon?
Ajib, Shell, Rwanda, they don't employ if you're not married.
I didn't know that.
Yes, all companies, they don't do it.
They don't employ single people.
And what happens if you are
The one I
divorced?
know is that you can't rent house. You can't rent
Once
house.
it's a senior position, they won't
See?
touch you.
And those are multinational
Yes,
companies.
but in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah, because it's Nigeria that are leading them.
Yeah, so there's a respectability that comes with marriage. There's status, you know, and that's why you see women that are married. Oh my God.
Yeah. Again, you're right. You have to take my words like a tourist, right? An educated tourist. One thing I found in Nigeria was the words were not there to communicate the emotions, but most importantly, the emotional bandwidth to almost like accept pain. So when the words are not there, you don't even know.
Yeah.
And because one thing I used to say, Nigerians don't know how to admire. Nigerians know how to love and hate.
Yeah.
And I'll prove it.
Yeah.
Because when we're growing up, right, you're growing up here, I can say, oh, I like your t-shirt. And that's it. And my mom would say, oh, let's just go. You get what I mean?
Exactly.
But in Nigeria, I like your t-shirt. Why do you like a t-shirt? Do you want to become a thief? I don't have money. Come. So it cuts off the process of how to learn how to, because
Just admire and walk away.
I like it without wanting.
Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah.
I don't want it.
I just admire it on you. It looks nice on
It
you.
looks nice on you.
Yeah.
So the competition spirit in marriage comes from the fact that you can't just admire somebody's marriage and be like, oh, that's a beautiful marriage. I don't want your husband. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's one guy who, I can't remember him, he said anytime somebody asked him marriage advice, he was like, I can't advise you because I only know how to marry my wife.
Which is true.
I can't advise you. So that emotional value, that communication value from childhood. So when you say raising the children, apart from that strength and empowerment and financial organization,
now it makes sense.
Because
I was giving words.
Yeah, because you were given words.
Well, I was giving words.
So
That's
it wasn't that you were given, and you were given the opportunity to feel and understand those words. Because
You're onto something there. Well done. Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, I mean, Obodo Boy was, the book, Imported Boy, was bettered from the show. We have tons of stories. If we want to do all of them, we'll probably have like a 50 chapter book. Yeah, tons and tons of stories that people have come to share out of a place of pain, deep vulnerability, and hopelessness, not knowing what to do. I mean, some of us here have been to some of the outreaches that we've done in this country, and we see how it was. And when we talked about being based passing the other day, then I remembered the first time we went to Birmingham.
She paid for everything.
Being paid was when we went to Birmingham, she paid for our accommodation. And you know what? In the WhatsApp group, the lady we went to meet in Birmingham is still there. She's still there.
Completely rescued, isn't it?
Because I didn't remember. I was like, what year did you go to Birmingham? I can't remember. I see the pictures, but when was it?
It was in
2021. Yeah. So, I mean, the work we've done in Overcompensation TV is basically advocacy, support. We've done our best to highlight these issues. When we started talking about it, it was nice. If I wasn't a strong person, the bullying was on another level. Some Nigerian men literally told their wives not to watch my show, that I'm going to teach them how to live their marriage. Don't watch over there. This woman is teaching women how to live their marriage. They didn't understand. They think, oh, if you're telling women to empower themselves, to know themselves, that you are teaching them, you are opening their eyes in the Nigerian language. You want to open their eyes.
When you were saying that, there is this guy campaigning on TikTok, telling other men and boys not to marry from single women children.
Right.
That they won't be a good wife.
Oh, wow.
See another one.
People that are married but still single in marriage.
Exactly. Exactly.
Single, married but
single.
Yeah.
That's a pandemic.
So do you know what? It still brings back to the marriage as a status. So it doesn't matter how terrible the marriage is. I'm married. I'm in marriage. Meanwhile, some people are living together 10 years, no connection, nothing. They don't say hello and go past each other. They don't even say hello. Somebody was saying, I heard somebody say, I'm waiting for my last baby to be 18 years so that we can sell house. Why are you still sitting down there? I'm waiting. So that is what the marriage is about. But when you see her, she's a married woman. She is married, and then such a person can be saying single women and single men. Meanwhile, you are more single than the single.
The dynamics in this part of the world is a bit more complex again.
Exactly.
In Nigeria, when there's any problem or the woman decides to leave, you pack your load and leave the man's house.
Or they'll pack it up.
Or they will help you pack it and put you outside and send it to your father's house.
Yes.
But in the abroad, it's the women that used to call the Olopa. Nigerian men. Once you bring Nigerian woman abroad, they will call police for you.
And they will take everything from the house.
They will call police for you. Yes, no, let's not get into that discussion because I know a lot of some women abuse it. They abuse that power. You know, because police will first tell the man to go before they will hear anything. They will first tell you to excuse them and leave. So some women, they take advantage of that.
Mine is a council flat. You can imagine.
Did you buy the council flat?
I didn't buy it.
You were renting and you're still fighting over council flat. That's about the people that bought.
Telling the judge that is the family house. I said, your family
Stop council house.
Family.
What is family? Why you want to go to court for over council flat? What are you dragging? I didn't know you can drag council property. Sure. It's a selection. We have quite a lot of stories, but we took 10. And this is because this is going to be wilder, reach for people who don't even know about Obodooyinbo TV. They can buy it. I mean, though she was saying the other day that her Asian friend, Indians still have that issue of imported wives.
They have plenty.
No,
They have a lot of.
We are in heaven to compare.
Oh, yeah.
We live in heaven to compare.
When I started college, this girl was murdered by her dad. It was a big case then.
Shut up. What?
Murdered by her dad.
Oh yeah, that's
Because the dad was honor killing. That's because the dad wanted her to marry somebody else.
When you don't listen to your father to marry the person they've chosen for you to marry. Yeah, that's
Crazy.
a different
Crazy.
Yeah, there's a couple of serious case reviews around honor killing. Yeah. So when Nigerian men on social media are chatting about, look at the Indian women, look at the Indian women, I'm looking at them, but do you people know what goes on in that community? We only know because this is our community, so we know our witnesses. We don't know what's going on there. I've worked in a borough here in London, where predominantly they are Asians, right? The number of safeguarding was
For real. For real. It's normal.
apparently it's backed by religion. Yeah.
We can talk about
People like
how men are bad and
How
stuff
women
like
are
that.
bad.
But
People take
power
advantage.
that you women have in this country, I won't say in Europe, but in this country, sorry,
Bless you. Oh my God.
it's unbelievable.
But did you
But
get, were
thank
you
God.
exonerated
Oh,
after
yeah.
they investigated?
Of course.
Thank goodness.
Because they were.
Because they always investigate.
But you know what? To go through what you go through, to practically see your life.
Yeah, flashing in your eyes, everything you want. We all know that.
down the drain.
Your record is very important in this country.
I don't want us to deviate from this, purpose of being here.
Exactly.
But it's just that for us to realize as women as well. Sorry, dear. Women, we go through so
Women
much.
go through a lot too. Yeah, let me give you water.
So, no, I'm good.
Are you sure? I've got water.
I'm good. So it's just, that.
I think it's.
Do you have something to add? Blessing. I see you nodding your head. Men go through a lot. Justice for brothers. Justice for men.
It's not really a man versus
Women's thing. Yeah, that's true.
It's just being human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Being a human being.
Yeah, absolutely.
I understand the fact that a lot more women probably get abused
Yeah.
more than men.
Yeah.
Sit down. In the Western world, there's always been this patriarchal system.
Yeah.
So that's
Patriarchy.
given men a lot of power. But in the Western world, what's happened over recent years is an overcompensation.
Yeah.
There's been an overcompensation. We've grown with that. We all grew up with that kind of men has to be strong. From one part, that's a part of it is gone through. Which because we feel we need to be strong, a lot of the times we hold things back and we don't say it. So a lot of men have not talked about their abuse. But women, obviously, in Nigeria, I've heard lots of stories how men treat women and all that. But this should be a general thing, not a man versus women.
Yeah,
Both
absolutely.
sides get abused.
Yeah,
I understand
absolutely.
A lot of women get abused more.
Absolutely.
When I saw the title, I thought, oh wow, this is fantastic actually.
Yeah.
The way you titled it and all that.
Thank you.
Let's just have that in our minds. is a human thing.
It's a human thing, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get to the end
Good
of.
against evil.
Sorry.
I love that. It's a fight against good. Sorry, Ayo. I love what you said, Blessing. It's not a gender fight between men and women or women and men. It's about good against evil. I love that. That's wonderful. Yeah, that's what it is.
Sorry to cut you short. The reason why I brought that about is, which I didn't like really conclude because I was a bit emotional, is the fact that the law, the police, the lawyers, they knew she was lying. They knew the truth. However, they actually said it vocally to me, verbally. There's nothing we can do.
Don't let them.
Wow.
There's nothing. It's again, I was exonerated and all that. However, I would have gone down.
A lot of people have gone down, by the way.
The women will always have the upper hand.
Yeah, in this part of the world, yeah. I like what you said. I think because, it doesn't look like it now, but there was a time in history where there was patriarchy in this part of the world as well. That's why I like what you said, that it's like they're overcompensating now
They introduced a lot of these laws.
to protect women. Yeah. I mean,
it's taking over to the other side.
yes, if you watch any of the movies in the 1800s, you will see how women had little or over. It was just like Nigeria as it is now. 1900s, yeah. So there was a time that women did not have a voice yet. Yeah, so I do believe that there's some overcompensation here. Yeah.